Tonight on CTV3 News, we'll tell you about a double murder in Punta Gorda town where both victims lured to their deaths. Also in the South, cops are investigating the murder of a fisherman who was reportedly targeted. Did Bernardino Gorosisco's past come back to haunt him? And here in the North, San Esteban Village advances water access with new equipment donation, reinforcing government's rural infrastructure commitment. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, February 9th, 2026.
Maras me, my data don't, and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
From whiskeys and wines to elegantly crafted cocktails. Paired with charcuterie boards and perfectly seasoned steak bites, and much more. Perfect for celebrations, quiet nights, and every special occasion in between. 7 Notes Wine and Spirits, where every sip hits the right note.
ExpressNet now has up to 400 megabytes of high-speed internet. Choose the speed that fits you, from faster browsing to faster gaming. Connect more devices at once, or bundle it with Express Plus and HBO Max. Internet and streaming entertainment, all in one.
Yeah, faster starts here.
Sign up today at any Centaur office or contact us to get started.
Good evening with your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. A shooting incident on Saturday night at a residence on Queen Street in Punta Gorda town resulted in the deaths of 2 men. The police responded around 8:05 p.m. after reports of gunfire in the neighborhood. Upon arrival, authorities discovered the 24-year-old Luis Barrias lying face down in the yard, surrounded by blood. He was quickly transported to Punta Gorda Hospital, where he was pronounced dead shortly afterward. An initial examination revealed that Barrias had sustained multiple gunshot wounds to the head, including 2 to his left cheek and 1 to the left side of his temple. At the same hospital, officers found another male victim, 27-year-old Derek Arnold, suffering from several gunshot injuries. Arnold had been shot in the upper left chest, left thigh, and upper right back. Despite medical efforts, he was declared dead upon arrival. Preliminary investigations indicate that the victims, along with several others, were socializing at Barrias' home when the shooting occurred.
Preliminary investigations indicate that Arnold and Barrias and other individuals were at the rear of Barrias' residence when a male person is reported to have went to that location and called out for Barrias. Barrias and Arnold proceeded to the front of the residence, and that is when they were met with gunfire. Police have since detained 3 persons in connection with this investigation, and we are of the view, based on the investigative leads thus far, that charges will be forthcoming in due course.
Is it indeed that whoever called out for Barias who appreciate that he had gone there to purchase drugs?
I am not aware of that.
Are the murders drug related?
There, we are exploring several motives. I know that area that Mr. Barrias reside, we have conducted anti-drugs operation just next to it and recovered quite a number of drugs in the past as well as firearm.
Is did one of the murder victims was he found in possession with something that belonged to Alfred Khalil, the missing man?
I am not aware of that.
Do you know if these two incidents are related in any way?
What two incidents?
The missing man and the murder of this guy?
As I would have stated, it is an ongoing investigation. I can say that those persons who have been detained, the investigation does not suggest that ambit. But I will say that one of the deceased was, in fact, a person of interest during the course of the investigation of the Canadian national.
Eyewitnesses report that shortly before the incident, a slender, dark-skinned male dressed in a gray hoodie arrived at the residence. It is believed he was attempting to buy drugs when the event unfolded. As Derek Arnold opened the zinc gate to the yard, the suspect opened fire, striking both men before fleeing the scene. Several other individuals at the gathering managed to escape unharmed. Crime scene investigators collected 9 spent shells casings from the location. Police have taken one individual into custody and are actively seeking another suspect as part of their investigation into the recent murder of Bernardo Gorisica, known locally as Paro. The incident occurred over the weekend on South Riverside Street in Dangriga, where Gorosica was fatally shot. The 39-year-old fisherman was reportedly targeted in a premeditated attack, with reports indicating he was hit multiple times. Witnesses in the area described hearing as many as 10 gunshots during the incident. Gorosica was found deceased at the scene, having succumbed to his injuries. Here is what cops know so far.
Initial investigations have revealed that Gorosica was walking along South Riverside Street at the aforementioned date and time when an individual who was traveling in a gray silver-like Chevrolet vehicle without license plate fired several shots in his direction. A police operation was immediately launched by the QRT personnel, and this led to a silver Chevrolet being pursued and intercepted near the outskirts of Dangriga town. A male person was observed exiting the vehicle and making good his escape in the bushy terrain of that area. The vehicle has since been impounded and the identity of the registered owner has been ascertained. One person whom police believe can assist in this investigation has been detained, and another individual is being sought in connection with this ongoing investigation.
The person detained is the owner of the vehicle?
One person of interest was detained in the course of the investigation.
The motive?
No motive has been established so far.
Is the victim known to police?
In a heartfelt interview, Gorosica's common-law wife, Chantel Waite, shared her shock and sorrow. She revealed that the couple had been together for nearly a decade and that Gorosica was a cheerful man, always wearing a smile. We had about 10 years together. He was a happy man, always smiling, so I just can't understand how they could take his life so suddenly, Waite expressed. Police have confirmed the detention and subsequent release of Desmond Tillit, brother of Joseph Ryan Budna, in connection with an ongoing investigation. According to family members, law enforcement authorities detained Tillit over allegations of cyberbullying. Reports are he was believed to be responsible for managing a Facebook page associated with Joseph Budna.
As it relates to the detention of Mr. Tillit, I will confirm that he was detained and his detention was pursuant to a lawful investigation that was done in the course of an investigation. That is the extent of the information that I will provide because, as I stated, it's an ongoing investigation and maybe Mr. Tillett will be able to provide you guys with further information. I must also add that Mr. Tillett was cooperative during the course of the investigation. An interview was done with him and he was subsequently released.
Less than a year after inaugurating its rudimentary water system, San Esteban Village has taken another major step towards improving water access for residents. Today, the San Esteban Water Board received new equipment aimed at transforming and strengthening the community's water supply. The Ministry of Rural Transformation, Community Development, and Local Government officially handed over essential water system expansion materials and power infrastructure to the village, marking another milestone in the government's ongoing efforts to improve rural infrastructure across Belize. The handing over included high-grade piping to expand the village's water distribution network and a 30-kilowatt V8 diesel generator to ensure continuous water service during power outages and fluctuations. The investment is intended to strengthen the reliability of the village's water system as the community continues to grow. Speaking at the handover ceremony, Prime Minister Honorable John Briceño emphasized the government's commitment to rural transformation.
But really, I am very, very proud of you and CEO Shal, of the work that you guys are doing. And Mr. Gideon, you're right that the ministry is rural transformation, that we're transforming these communities, and we're doing it all across this country. Right. You know, there's so many things that we in the urban areas, like in Orange Town and in Belize City, that we take for granted, that you do not have in the villages. And we want to ensure that the villages also have the very same opportunities and the services that we all have. That is why we decided that we don't want to call the Ministry of Rural Development, but Rural Transformation, because we're transforming the lives of our people. Can you imagine the UDP? They had $600 million from our oil revenues, and they got over $500 million from Petrocaribe. And what did they do with that money? You know, they could have paved the road from Marinjak to San Esteban, and they chose not to. And that is because this is supposed to be the village of the former DPM back then, Gaspar Vega. Could have continued the paving all the way to Progreso. There's so many things that they could have done that would have made a transformative, it could have been transformative in the lives of our citizens. But they choose to be able to just spend that money and, you know, like a drunken sailor, and then come out and just had a bacchanal with the money. And here we are today without the money. They left us almost bankrupt, but we decided that we are going to find ways how we can make the lives of our citizens better.
Minister of Rural Transformation, Community Development and Local Government Honorable Oscar Requena noted that the initiative aligns with the ministry's broader mandate.
You know, there has been transformation across this country, both urban and rural. And we see it. It is evident. It is only blind-eye James A. that will tell you that they do not see the development that is happening across this country. You know, I feel so honored. Last week, as CEO Shal said, in fact, it was last week, Saturday, we were in Toledo. 14 villages received, you know, donations from our ministry to expand water. In fact, one village got a generator just like the San Jose, and the rest were able to get, you know, pipes and fittings. And that's what we do. Then thereafter, I think it must have been Wednesday, we were in San Carlos and in Indian Church inaugurating a new electrical grid. Prime Minister was there. He was the one who turned on the switch. What a transformation. And that is what we do across this country. But today it is about San Esteban. And we are very grateful. We are very happy that Prime Minister is a Prime Minister who supports the work that we do. And that is why every resource that we get, we try to be as fair as possible in distributing the resources across this country. And somebody said it earlier, I think it's you. You know, this week we are going to be up north. We're bringing a number of villages again, and we are distributing more resources because we want to ensure that we make sure that everybody has access to clean, safe, potable water. Goal 6 of the SDGs, you know, clean water and sanitation. So we must make sure that we deliver on that. So
Today's donation, according to Sana 7 Chair Lady Rosaura Chan, will go a long way towards achieving the community's goal of further expanding and optimizing water supply for residents.
Getting more pipes as well, like what we got today, means we are ready to expand, ensuring that every community member has water, potable water in their home. Therefore, Sunny 7 has the lowest flat rate, which is $7 a month. And if we were to increase it a little bit to what the other villages are doing, which they have done already, which is $10 a month, then it helps with sustain whatever, you know, they have to pay, because it's not easy to have this amount of persons, you know, with this important water system. So it's important that we bring it up a little bit. Of course, I believe in communication, and I know Mr. Marcos will do his job properly, and he will communicate the importance of it. It's not something that he's just gonna make a decision. He never does that. So I think he will first of all communicate to the people so that they understand the importance of the increase if there is a need for it. Okay.
Officials reaffirmed that strengthening a village infrastructure remains a priority, ensuring that communities like Sana 7 enjoy the same level of reliable water service as villages throughout Belize. Today marked the soft launch of the Anticipatory Action for Drought program in Belize. The event brought together key stakeholders committed to strengthening the country's resilience against drought-related challenges. The project is set to benefit over 800 households across Belize. Its activities include pinpointing community at high risk of drought, training farmers on appropriate response measures, and organizing advocacy and capacity building events. Once a climate event is identified as meeting drought criteria, a series of preemptive actions will be triggered. These include early cash transfers, distribution of drought-tolerant seeds, water trucking services, and community awareness campaigns, all aimed at reducing the adverse effects of drought on food security, livelihoods, and vulnerable populations. Honorable Alex Balona, Minister of State within the Ministry of Agriculture, delivered open remarks emphasizing the government's commitment to supporting farmers and safeguarding national food security.
Rather than reacting after disaster strikes, this plan focuses on acting beforehand using forecast-based triggers to reduce crop losses, strengthening food security, and to protect livelihoods. The plan targets between 500 and 2,000 farmers across Corozal, Orange Walk, and Cayo districts with a landhold capacity of 2 acres or less. By monitoring climate indicators such as the Caribbean low-level jet and seasonal rainfall forecasts, we can activate support when there is less than a 70% probability of reaching average rainfall. This approach allows us to prepare our farmers before impacts are fully felt. Through commitment and coordination among partners, timely monitoring, and continuous validation, this project not only supports farmers today, but also strengthens our preparedness for the future. Ultimately, anticipatory action is about building resilience, empowering communities to withstand shocks, and safeguarding Belize's agricultural sector.
Representing the World Food Programme, Greta Ogbeck outlined the objectives and significance of the new initiative.
Anticipatory action is not about is about not waiting for a disaster to happen. It's about knowing beforehand who will be most at risk, how to reach them, and how to provide them with support. So, what does that mean in practice? Over the past 2 years, we worked very closely. We reviewed seasonal forecasting with the National Met Service and developed triggers. We consulted directly with farmers, DACs in Corozal, Orange Walk, and Cayo to understand crop cycles, vulnerabilities, and priorities. We also explored different options to deliver assistance to farmers within very short time frames. And lastly, we also pre-identified, or the ministry did a massive effort in pre-identifying about 500 vulnerable farming households across those 3 districts based on the farmer registry BAMES.
Leading the implementation of the program on the ground is Director of Extension Andrew Mejia, who will serve as the ministry's focal point for the initiative. Overall, the launch signifies a proactive step towards building resilience and minimizing the impact of future droughts on Belize's most at-risk communities. Coming up next, NAVCO has a new president, and she is from the north. We speak to her when we come back. Stay tuned.
From whiskeys and wines to elegantly crafted cocktails. Paired with charcuterie boards and perfectly seasoned steak bites, and much more. Perfect for celebrations, quiet nights, and every special occasion in between. 7 Notes Wine and Spirits, where every sip hits the right note.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
This building that we have gotten, the Welcome Center, is not just walls and it's not just here to beautify the Punta Gorda town and as an extension the Toledo district and Belize, but it's also here to play a main purpose and a role, and that is to continue to promote our tourism sector in Belize. This provides us a platform and a venue for us to be able to do multiple things in working towards enhancing the tourism environment in Toledo and really showcasing it not only to locals but also to our international guests, which are paramount for us to continue to grow this industry.
This project, like others that we're working on throughout the country, was designed and is being delivered by Belizeans. We have spoken to the communities, we've spoken to tourism stakeholders and what needs to be done to ensure that we have the necessary infrastructure to improve the quality of the visitor experience.
There is a saying I often return to, and that is a Chinese saying, that says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Today, Belize chooses now because Belize has always lived under the shade of the tree. Remember Sobumbra floreo. Our forests, mangroves, rivers, and farms are not just features of our landscape, they are part of who we are as a people. They protect us from storms, feed our families, support livelihoods, and anchor our resilience in a changing climate. But we also know this truth. What we do not protect, we will eventually lose.
Greening Belize, 1,000,000 trees for climate and sustainable development. Our forest cover is declining, especially after the fire season. What will be achieved? Restore and reforested lands, significant increase in hectares restored by 2035. Enhanced carbon sequestration. We'll have improved data, mapping, and reporting systems with this. Institutional readiness, feasibility study and design for a national forestry incentive program. Community mobilization, which will build capacity and increase participation nationally, and improve governance.
For all environmentally conscious individuals and groups, CBOs, NGOs, community organizations, universities, come in to do their part to plant trees to assist in the restoration initiative for the country of Belize.
Police are seeking the public's assistance in locating 18-year-old Ashani Nadine Martinez, a Belizean domestic of Shaibe Village, Corozal District, who has been reported missing. According to a missing person report issued by police, Martinez was last seen on Thursday, January 22, 2026 in Belize City. Her current whereabouts remain unknown. Martinez is described as being of Creole descent with brown complexion, slim built, approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing about 130 pounds. Authorities are urging anyone who may have seen Ashani Martinez or who has information that can assist in locating her to come forward. Members of the public can call Crime Stoppers at 922, submit information through the P3 Tips app, or report directly to the nearest police station. All reports can be made anonymously. Police continue their investigations and are appealing for the public's cooperation as efforts intensify to locate the missing teen. A new president has been elected to lead the National Association of Village Councils, NAVCO, and she hails from Orange Walk. Chair Lady of San Esteban Village, Rosaura Chan, was elected to the prestigious and important role during NAVCO's general meeting held over the weekend. Chan secured over 80% of the votes, earning strong support from delegates representing more than 130 villages across the country. Speaking with our newsroom today, the newly elected president outlined several key areas of focus for her tenure. Among her priorities are strengthening collaboration among village councils, improving governance at the community level, and garnering greater support from stakeholders to better address the needs of rural communities.
NAVCO presidency came to me because I wanted to work more than just in my community, right? And I believe that once you're there and you have the proper training to write great proposals, you get to partner and collaborate with other agencies and not depend only on what government gives us. I felt that I needed to take that presidency so that I can share that skill with other DAVCOs so that the collaboration be more firm and the collaboration be more strong, so that we can get more assistance and not be independent in a way, but still working with our ministry.
Chan emphasized that teamwork will be central to her leadership approach, noting that meaningful process can only be achieved through unity and cooperation among councils, government agencies, and development partners.
Now, I imagine you're looking forward to hitting the ground running. You mentioned in terms of resources, but some of the things that you are looking forward to either continuing or bringing in your own touch into the
I I believe that I am ready to listen to the needs of all the communities, all the rural villages, all the rural areas sorry, in our country. And speaking with the leaders from all of them, I spoke to them in person and I know what is the outcry. I know that it's because there are limited resources given to them, little autonomy given to them, and they need that capacity building first of all so that they know what it is to be there on the forefront. Another thing is financial assistance. There are some villages that do not have any liquor license. So how do they survive? And sometimes you hear that villages are fundraising, and when by the time they get their funds from that fundraiser, it goes directly to pay other things in the village, and they don't have anything to sustain them. So I believe that getting a little bit of assistance, financial assistance, and technical support from the government is going to be essential for their success.
How many villages fall under?
194 villages is a lot of villages, but we're capable because I don't believe that leadership is a solo act. I believe in working in teams, and Saturday that I was speaking with those other NAFCO reps and DAFCO representatives. I feel that I am willing and ready to start, collaborating with them.
As she officially assumes the role, Chan says her goal is to move NAVCO forward by ensuring village councils are empowered, supported, and actively involved in national development efforts. The Sugar Association of the Caribbean, SAC, has lauded the recent diplomatic achievements between Belize and the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, highlighting the significance of their renewed partnership in fostering regional integration, food security, and economic growth. During a 3-day state visit to Belize that concluded on Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, Guyanese President, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, signed a series of Memorandum of Understanding MOUs with Belizean officials, reaffirming long-standing friendship and shared Caribbean values. These agreements aim to bolster cooperation across critical sectors, including tourism, education, defense, security, and agriculture. A cornerstone of the agreements is the strengthened collaboration in agriculture. Both nations committed to working deliberately towards their shared goal of making CARICOM self-sufficient in food production. Leveraging the legal framework of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, RTC, which facilitates a free movement of goods within the Caribbean community, Belize and Guyana aim to enhance intra-regional trade and food security. The sugar industry, vital to both economies, stands to benefit significantly from this partnership. President Ali's visit included tours of Belize Sugar Industries Limited, BSI, and Santander Sugar Limited, underscoring the importance of regional cooperation in this sector. Notably, a joint venture between Santander Sugar Limited and Sucro Limited is currently constructing the Caribbean Sugar Refinery, CSR, at Santander's existing sugar mill in western Belize. This new facility aims to boost regional sugar production capacity and foster economic resilience. The SAC views these developments as an essential step towards the regional integration of the sugar industry within the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, CSME. Such cooperation aligns with the CARICOM's 25% by 2025 food import reduction initiative, which has been extended to 2030, aiming to fortify the region's food sovereignty and reduce dependence on imports. As Belize and Guyana deepen their collaboration, the Caribbean community anticipates a stronger, more self-sufficient regional economy driven by shared resources and mutual commitment to development. Orange Walk Tong is gearing up for an exciting showcase of youth creativity as a Talent Splash High School edition splashes onto the stage later this month bringing together students, schools, and the wider community for an evening of entertainment and opportunity. The event, organized by Orange Walk Child Advisory Body and presented by Councillor Fernando Sanchez, Kadir Escalante, and the CAB team, will take place on Friday, February 27, 2026 at the Orange Walk Central Park, starting at 7 p.m. Talent Splash is designed to spotlight the diverse talents of high school students across Orange Walk District, including singing, dancing, rap music, poetry, and breakdancing. Students are being encouraged to take the stage, express themselves, and represent their schools in what promises to be a high-energy, youth-centered event. Speaking on the initiative, Councillor Fernando Sanchez said the event is more about than entertainment.
I came together with Kadir and the CAB group downstairs with Melissa, and we came up with a high school talent night. I should have said student talent night because we have some people from the sixth farm that want to come and participate, but it's a high school talent night is the name, and we are inviting anybody who knows to break dance, who knows to sing a song, who knows to play an organ, who knows to jam a little tune on your guitar, who wants to come and say poetry, come out and be a part of the show. We are still working on the contact info for everybody to register and the application form for them to register because, we have a little bit of rules. It's not rules that are, but extravagant rules, but, no profanity, how you dress, explicit lyrics, something like a little time frame, no more from 5 to 8 minutes, those little type of things, because we want to have stage management. We want to have that, if CTV3 is going to present, they already gave the DJ their music, so when the CTV3 time comes, bam, it's just a mash play. It's not to go and, then they carry the thing and no, it's none of that. So we want to have the stage management, and then we want to have the order of how they're going to perform, And apart from that, we are inviting all the student bodies, from all the high schools, all the student bodies to come out and do a little fundraising for your group, for your school. So imagine you have the 5 colleges and everybody's coming out to sell a little nachos, a little dip, little chipotle, and all those type of things, and they could even do a pre-sale. You want to sell your tickets and deliver it there, go and pick up your salpicon there, you can do all of that. It's free of cost for anybody to come and sell from the school. But at the end of the day, what we want to do is showcase the talent that we have.
Schools will be allowed to set up booths and activities, making the event not only a talent showcase, but also a fundraising opportunity to support school programs and student initiatives. With music, movement, and creativity set to take center stage, Talent Splash High School Edition promises to be a vibrant celebration of youth talent and community spirit in Orange Walk Town. Last week, we showed you the major rehabilitation works being carried out by the Orange Walk Town Council at the Ochobenque Park, which is currently undergoing a significant transformation. The project forms part of the council's broader efforts to improve public recreational spaces within the municipality. In addition to the upgrades at the main park, the town council is also engaged in the rehabilitation of the botanical park in Ochobenque. According to town councillor Fernando Sanchez, the project will result in a major revamp of the area aimed at enhancing its overall appearance and functionality for residents and visitors. Sanchez explained that the rehabilitation works are part of the council's ongoing commitment to beautification and the creation of safe, accessible spaces for community use. Once completed, the botanical park is expected to provide an improved environment for leisure, relaxation, and community activities.
A lot of people don't know about our botanical park. We have a botanical park a couple steps from the Ochobenque Park, which we are doing a facelift. We had the crossover bridge that broke down. We are fixing that. We are plastering the river walls, for it to be contained, the containment walls. We are painting. We are already going to do the landscaping to again level everything. Garbage bins going to be in place. We're going to put in place. We have additional barbecue grills that be coming in. We're going to light up that area. The council right now is heavy on beautification and adoption of parks, A lot of people or a lot of residents are telling us we are doing a good job on the streets and on the drains, but we are trying to find recreational places for our family and our children. And we said that in 2026 that we will take that stance and we will go forward with that. Not saying that the street works and the cover works will not go, but we're going to give a little priority now to some of the parks. We have already, not to stray away from your question, but Pasadena area is going to be coming soon. We're going to go there too, but the Botanical Park is getting their facelift, and for everybody who knows the Botanical Park, it's close to the Chobenke Park, and like I said, painting, chopping, landscaping. We're going to build a new bridge to go across the river walls, and the barbecue grills, the garbage bin. So it's going to be a whole other atmosphere in Norma that you can go and chill out right by the river. We're going to put lights, and we are even thinking about putting a main breaker so that anybody want to do an event there. Eventually, you have current, and you could host your event and just come and do your thing.
The Town Council says further updates on the progress of both projects will be shared as work continues. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
No matter how green the grass is over there, you belong here.
Registering a child's birth.
No matter how green the grass is over there, you belong here with us.
Welcome to the overworld. Anything you can dream about here?
So things are gonna come out about me. I can't live with it no more.
Put a track lock on itself. Who moves, I want to know.
ExpressNet now has up to 400 megabytes of high-speed internet. Choose the speed that fits you. From faster browsing to faster gaming. Connect more devices at once. Or bundle it with Express Plus and HBO Max. Internet and streaming entertainment, all in one.
Yeah, faster starts here.
Sign up today at any Centaur office or contact us to get started.
From whiskeys and wines to elegantly crafted cocktails. Paired with charcuterie boards and perfectly seasoned steak bites, and much more. Perfect for celebrations, quiet nights, and every special occasion in between. 7 Notes Wine and Spirits, where every sip hits the right note.
Our forests, mangroves, rivers, and farms are not just features of our landscape, they are part of who we are as a people. They protect us from storms, feed our families, support livelihoods, and anchor our resilience in a changing climate. But we also know this truth. What we do not protect, we will eventually lose.
Greening Belize, 1 million trees for climate and sustainable development. Our forest cover is declining, especially after the fire season. What will be achieved? Restore and reforested lands, significant increase in hectares restored by 2035. Enhance carbon sequestration. We'll have improved data, mapping, and reporting systems with this. Institutional readiness, feasibility study and design for a national forestry incentive program, community mobilization, which will build capacity and increase participation nationally, and improve governance.
For all environmentally conscious individuals and groups, CBOs, NGOs, community organizations, universities, come in to do their part to plant trees to assist in the restoration initiative for the country of Belize.
Belize is currently home to more than 2,300 refugees and individuals seeking asylum, primarily fleeing violence and unrest in neighboring Central American nations. Recent data indicates that the total number of displaced persons reaching Belize stands at 2,361, with the majority originating from El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala. The period from October to December 2025 saw the registration of 45 new asylum seekers, according to the Refugees Department. During the same time frame, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, provided legal aid and counseling services to 58 individuals seeking protection. Historically, Belize has been a sanctuary for those escaping perilous conditions in their home countries. As a signatory to the 1951 Refugee Convention, Belize adheres to a legal framework established by the Refugees Act, which governs the national approach to refugee protection and rights. UNHCR collaborates closely with Belize's government to bolster the country's asylum system, enhance access to essential rights, and facilitate integration efforts. This partnership includes providing financial resources, technical expertise, and training for officials working within the Refugees Department and the Refugee Eligibility Committee. Additionally, UNHCR advocates for legislative reforms aimed at reducing the likelihood of statelessness and works alongside various ministries to ensure that refugees can access fundamental national services, fostering a pathway towards stability and inclusion for those seeking safety in Belize. The National Institute of Culture and History, NICH, has a new president. He is Albert Vaughn. Vaughn brings extensive experience in leadership, cultural advocacy, and public service. His appointment marks a renewed commitment to strengthening the management, promotion, and safeguarding Belize's vibrant cultural and historical heritage. Vaughn previously served as a senior director at the Institute before leaving to become Belize City Administrator. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, February 10th here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at CTV3BelizeNews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at Facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.